All right. Well, welcome to our Zoom here tonight, guys. I am very excited about this topic. This is one that I am very passionate about, not just on New Year's, but year round. I think this is something that we all will most likely really love to hear. You know, a lot of the things we know, but are great reminders. And New Year's is just the perfect time to be really assessing what we're doing with our diet, what we're doing with our habits, and our overall health. That should be our goal, to look at trying to improve in any area we can and focus on small changes. If you guys are not really familiar with Shaklee, I'm not really going to go into detail much about Shaklee as much as I am about the programs that we're going to be discussing here tonight. I'm Amanda Villarreal. My husband, Art, you can see on the screen there. We have 5 children, and I have been in the health and wellness industry for, oh boy, about 23 years now. So, you know, various aspects of fitness, teaching classes, personal training, nutrition consulting, Shaklee, also for over 20 years. So, you know, I really feel like having a good balance of knowledge in not just one area is very important. And that's what I hope to kind of share with you guys, just some things tonight to help you also be thinking about how can you best find balance in trying to improve what your goals are for coming up here in the new year. So one thing that we're going to kind of throw out there for you to begin with, and this is totally optional, but we have something that's called the Healthy Cleanse. And if you've never done a cleanse, maybe you've heard of them. Some people can be very intimidated when they hear the word cleanse because it is pretty intense. Cleanse is going to be a little more than what you may hear of for various other little programs out there. This is designed to help with really, truly trying to clean out your body. So you're going to be working on, you know, over 7 days here, doing your best to get rid of all the junk. But also the cleanse is giving your digestive system and your body a break from processing food. So when we're looking at trying to maybe kick off weight loss, we're trying to improve energy, we're trying to improve sleeping habits, doing a cleanse is the perfect way to jumpstart that. So we are offering it as a group cleanse. We're going to do it together starting January 14th. And this is totally optional if you want to do this before starting your turnaround, but I do highly recommend it. The clients that I've worked with doing either a reset or a cleanse really does help to get your body more prepared for what you're going to be doing with your dietary changes. So the cleanse is going to be something that you want to look at cutting out basically a lot of the food you might be used to, so it's going to be very difficult. It's a lot of fruits, vegetables, and incorporating supplements that help support your various organs to help get your system jump-started, and also to increase your detoxifying, you know, properties that we need to get rid of things that have been built up in our bodies over time. So, and remember too, that could be anything from maybe medications in your past, or maybe you've had surgeries in the past, things that sometimes you don't realize your body has been hanging on to these things. So by doing a cleanse, this is only something you do, you know, maybe a couple times a year. You do not do a cleanse every month. So that's why this is a little different. And that's why I want to bring this to you, you know, to start out the new year as a great way to help get things going. This is an awesome way to get started with this little pack. It's a 7-day supply. Your morning and your night supplements are provided for you. And we will be giving you tons of recipes to choose from. We'll give you lots of facts and information throughout the week. And after that, you'll resume then either starting your turnaround, or maybe you look at just incorporating what we call our vitalizing plan. But we work on trying to, you know, you're going to feel better. And the average person loses 6 to 10 pounds on the cleanse. So it's a great way to jumpstart weight loss. But remember, when you do any type of diet, that is not something you want to look at as a long-term plan. So even with this cleanse, I always encourage people to not necessarily go by the weight loss number, but go by how you're feeling, because that's going to be the motivation to want to help you stick with this long-term. So we're really encouraging you to look at starting the cleanse, starting the new year. And there's a great way to get the cleanse for free, which is through a health print. So if you have someone that introduced you to this, that, you know, gave you this informational session to listen to, ask them for that link to do that health print, because if you choose then either the turnaround or one of the plans that it suggests, you can get a cleanse for free. So that is a great way to get the cleanse for the new year. Otherwise, the cleanse retails for right around $50 for the cleanse option. So, all right. So again, we're starting that January 15th or 14th, excuse me. So we'd love to have you with us for that. So now we're just going to get into talking about weight loss here. And I think that this is, again, this is not surprising that we all know when you carry extra weight of how much harder your body has to work. So, you know, we really need to be thinking about the long term and just making sure we're focusing on looking at our body as not what we're doing to it necessarily currently, but how are the effects of what we're doing now going to affect us in the future? And that is extremely important, because when we look at all the things that we are hearing are number one reasons people are dying today from health reasons of heart disease and diabetes. And, so much of that is preventable. And a lot of it started because of being overweight. And it doesn't matter if it's 5 pounds or 50 pounds, your body has to work harder even when it's carrying a little bit of extra weight. So just looking at this picture here, most people do not think that, depression could be related to weight, or, you may heard, yes, blood pressure, cholesterol, but other things, migraines, if you go to the doctors, they don't generally tell you to lose weight when you have a migraine. It's things that sometimes we have to be looking at the big picture. Gout, again, not something that a lot of times you would be really relating to just by trying to get rid of a little extra pounds of how that could really be affecting you and how you feel, how your energy, and then you're able to do more, right? If you feel better, it's so much easier to get yourself motivated to want to increase your activity level. So we really want you to be thinking about what you're going to do to make these changes to help affect your health long term. And again, guys, we're only spending 20 minutes, so I'm not going into major detail. So if you think of some questions, make sure you bring them here at the end. But, we want to get you moving, number one, along with healthier dietary changes, and then figuring out how you're going to incorporate healthy supplements to support your body as you're making these changes. And again, we need to look at supplementation because of the fact that our diets are not the same as what they used to be. We could share tons of stories. I even know a few of you on here that definitely have some great, cleanse stories. We got some, good people that have done the turnaround already. And the biggest thing that I can tell you that's different about this is the fact that people keep the weight off long term. That is number one, the biggest reason that you should look at this versus any other program out there. And again, I have seen every program possible in the past, and every single time it amazes me though. I'm not going to name certain programs because I don't want to necessarily, say that they're bad, but look at how many times people repeat the same program, and they're doing it over because they gained more weight than when they started the program in the first place. So, that should not be our goal, is to create this effect of where we see this yo-yo starting to happen in this cycle of we're gaining weight, we're losing, and we're increasing our calories, we're decreasing our calories, and basically we're throwing our metabolism into a rate of it's so confused that you just keep gaining weight easier and easier because your whole system is now struggling to get back on track. So this is what we want to avoid, and this is what dieting does. So we don't call this a diet. This is a lifestyle change, and we are working to get our body functioning optimally. So that is the best thing about something like this program. It's clinically proven, it's natural, and again, the effects are long-term. There's been many studies done on the 180, but this was a new one that actually did prove that if you're exercising with this, you're going to notice the results are that much better. And the average person that was on the program for 6 months lost an average of 14 pounds and 3 inches off their hips, which, that's always a big thing. We always want to do measurements. Body fat's also a great thing to tie in that fat. And anybody that's starting to turn around, if you'd like to get your measurements, body fat done, we are more than happy to also do that at the beginning of your program. And to do that also as a check-in thing too, because it's really helpful, what's going on. But where you carry weight also is telling you what's going on with your body, right? If you carry it more in your midsection, you have a greater risk for heart disease and certain predispositions if you carry the weight more into your hips, and the pear shape versus apple shape, and the consequences that where you carry it can have. It's very important to be realizing that your body's telling you something. So if you always gain it in your weight in your waist, then you might want to realize, okay, I'm at a greater risk for this condition later down the road. So let's take care of that now before it gets too far. And something too as simple as blood pressure. If we can decrease the weight, think of not being on medication long term, how that can affect you later, and that you're doing it the right way and the safe way. It's amazing how you will notice that your body will totally adapt to what you are doing, but you've got to stick with it. And that's why this is 180. If you see the 180 on a lot of this stuff, is a reason for that. It's 90 days to meet your goal and 90 days to maintain, and then it's a lifestyle. So it's 180 that you're trying to work this full 180 in order to get your body to then be fully where it needs to be. So notice too, everything that you're going to be using with this, we want to keep it as close to being real as we can. So there's nothing non-genetically modified. We want everything to be non-GMO. We want everything to be free of chemicals that could, again, be creating different issues with our systems and our bodies. So what does our turnaround entail? So we would, love for you to check out. There's going to be a turnaround challenge, which I'm sure there's going to be a Facebook group. I haven't officially seen it yet. And we will also be supplying some things too to help you with some tools. But there's a great thing that you can, do to earn some prizes. You can enroll in that. And again, this is all put on by Shaklee as far as those incentives. So that's awesome that they're giving you motivation and, a way to share and have just some support from other people. So having that community of people around you, knowing they're doing it with you, is always motivating and encouraging. So what does our 180 incorporate with? So we really need to be looking at why are we trying to create these changes? When you look at a lot of programs out there, you're going to see things like, for example, medical weight loss. They provide you with these meals, and a lot of the programs do that. And that's a great thing because it makes it simple. We're all busy, and we need to have the convenience, but convenience generally doesn't mean healthy. So this is a way that you can have the convenience. It's healthy, but there's going to be a way that long-term, it turns into just your regular diet. So note that this is not something you're going to do the rest of your life, is have 2 shakes a day and have to figure out all these crazy things to do. No, this is very simple. So, and also if you're reading some of these things on my screen, I know there's a lot of texture I put on here, but I want you to know that this is, as you're looking at losing the weight, 1 to 2 pounds a week is our goal. That is going to be something that's long-term. We're going to be able to maintain that. And that means that the weight we're losing came from body fat and not muscle. That is the number one reason that people lose weight quickly, is because the weight comes from water and muscle, and it's not long-term achievable. So as soon as they start to eat real food again, we talked about the yo-yo cycle, there it goes, boom, you're back up more weight than where you started. So muscle equals metabolism. We need to make sure we're keeping our muscles. So that's why we also want to encourage you to exercise with this program. So you're going to have 2 shakes a day or a meal bar, you can choose. But with the turnaround program, you're going to have the option to customize this a little bit. So you get to pick 3 canisters of your Life Shake. You're going to pick a box of meal bars. You can also swap that if you'd rather have shakes versus the meal bars. We get also the snack bars. You have your tea, and you have your metabolic boost that you're going to take with each meal. So there's special components for each of these that we want to look at. Why are these part of this? Because it's been designed and clinically proven to work together. So when people say, oh, can I just do the shakes and not eat anything else? No, that's not your goal. This isn't necessarily a calorie restriction plan. We're looking at making healthy changes, but still fitting in what we need to every day and getting our main nutrients in there. So 2 shakes a day, you're having 2 snacks a day, and you're still having a balanced meal with your family. So that last meal, we'll be giving you some recipes, some suggestions. But ideally, you want to make it something that you're all going to be able to eat and that you're not feeling like you're being restricted. So, and maybe it's not dinner for you that's a struggle. Then you could have your lunch with whatever you need, going out for lunch that day, and maybe do your dinner then as a shake. It's very easy to make this adjustable. And you can note, too, that if you are pregnant, if you are on medication, if you have something you're concerned about, this is just like food. So you do not need to worry about contraindications with anything. The only thing you'd want to note is the metabolic boost. If you are pregnant or nursing, generally you're not trying to lose weight. So I would stay away from the metabolic boost just because you don't need to be affecting your metabolism at that time. But otherwise, the shake's perfectly healthy. Your tea, your snack bars, all of that are going to be a great way to help getting you on your way. And note that there's going to be lots of things that come with this to help guide you. So giving you plans, giving you tips, and giving you suggestions to help make this easy for you. That's the thing. We don't want this to be complicated. But note that if you even try this you could say you do this for 3 months and you didn't, notice any results, or you were not happy, at any time, it's 100% money back guarantee. So that's an important thing to note, because I think with a lot of programs, it's kind of scary because you don't know what you're getting into. And with this, you don't have to worry because it's, again, 100% guaranteed. And now we wanted to just kind of throw out there to everybody that wants to participate with doing this with us, because we're really excited to, again, help get you guys on track for the new year, of providing everything you need. So you have your turnaround program. You have the option to do the cleanse with us to help kick it off starting January 14th. You work into then your turnaround, but we're also going to provide you a month of your free workouts. So, I want to just have a way that I know that we're giving you guys everything we can. And these workouts are done at home. And I will put a plan up every week. I put a new workout plan up on our Facebook group. So if you join the turnaround, make sure you tell the person that you're working with that you're doing this, so we can make sure we get you the the link to sign up for your free month, and then we'll make sure to add you to that Facebook group so you'll have a workout plan to follow. They're all 20 minutes. There's even some 5-minute workouts on there, but I'm even going to make it more customizable for you guys. So if you do have maybe an issue with your ankle, or maybe you can't jump, I can give you workouts, because there's over 35 workouts on there that we can really pick and choose to help meet a lot of specific needs. So I think that that will just be kind of the top to get you guys really everything you need. You got your 2 meals a day, you have your snacks, you have your workouts. All you really have to plan is something to have for dinner. So I really don't think you can get much easier than this. And also that there's incentives behind this through the challenge. So that's kind of fun too, that there's some rewards. And I think there's going to be a lot more, amongst our group support. So I think that that is a huge factor too, that we want you guys to know that we're here cheering for you, and that we are more than happy to help you in any way we can here. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording, and then I'm going to open it up for questions.